All right, this is NGBNGB concrete crack filler. I was sent this to review for free. They haven't paid me for my review, and my opinions remain my own. So in the box we have this container, which has 3 pounds in it, and it has a sticker on it here that says, hey, clean the surface, wet the surface completely, saturate the concrete but don't have standing water. Mix 1 part powder with 0.13 to 0.15 parts water. So they don't specify if that's by volume or by weight. I would probably start by going with volume and then seeing how that works. Apply, press the mixture into the crack, trowel smooth to finish the crack, apply in layers if needed for deeper cracks. So they include in the box a little set of maybe rubber gloves, not sure what those are. Yes, they include a set of black rubber gloves as well as a brush and a little kind of plastic prying trowel type thing. So this is a small batch. It's for, smaller cracks, but still, it's 3 pounds. So I have cracks in my garage floor. We're going to work on some of those and see how well it works. So I have plenty of cracks to try this on. This particular one here is probably the worst. I'm just going to go from where I have that drop cloth taped all the way over to as far as I can reach underneath that thing, because I don't want to move that thing. I figure that's enough to try it out with to begin with. So first I'm going to vacuum, get all the junk out of the crack. And if there's any things in the crack that I can pick out that's loose, I do that. This guy here is my biggest chunk that's coming out of the crack, where it kind of cracked on both sides of it and left it separate. So, that was probably the depth of the slab, 1.5 to 2 inches. So, could have been better. After the brush, to get the big dirt off the top, I found this narrow attachment is good for going along the crack and then getting deep into things. And they say to fully saturate the concrete, but they don't want puddles of water. So the idea here is that the concrete will be moistened enough to not pull the water out of the new concrete that you're pouring in here, so that it can set up and not take all the water, get sucked out of it super fast before it has a chance to set up. And so I'm probably going to need to put a little more water down, but initially I'm just going with this sponge as opposed to like pouring water all over it. But you could potentially just pour water all over it and then wait for the concrete to not have puddles anymore. So over there, both sides are about equally level. I have some heaving going on here, so one side of that crack is up 1/4 inch or so from the other side. So I'm going to be mixing this a little bit liquidy to kind of get it to flow into the crack all the way along. And then I'm going to try to kind of smooth things over a bit here. Over there, I'm mostly just going up to the level of the crack. But over here, I'm going to be going from the top level of the crack and kind of bridging down to the lower level. So in addition to kind of saturating on either side, I've deliberately poured water into the crack so that the sides are not dry. So it says it's basically made out of cement, refined yellow sand, and additives, and it has a 12-month shelf life, so it does list a shelf life there. The warning here says the product name is just grout, so it might be if you buy, concrete grout, you get similar stuff. So when you pour it out, there's a fine silica dust that briefs around. You don't want to breathe that, so you either want a mask or good ventilation when you pour that out. Alright, by weight, I have about 16 ounces, about 458 grams. Volume is also about 16 ounces. So I'm going to put in 2 ounces of water and see where we're at. Alright, so 2 ounces of water was, in my opinion, much too much. It is not a paste, it is a liquid. It's a, concrete slurry. It's great for flowing down into cracks, so we're going to add a little extra powder to my existing. So that looks more like the concrete you might pour. It's still very liquidy. I think we can add a little more in there and it will still flow into cracks, but my goal here is to have it flow as deeply as possible into that crack and do a little bit of self-leveling as well. But I'm probably going to want something thicker than that at the top for kind of bridging where the concrete is heaved. Because, you know, that looks okay, but it's still pretty liquidy. Now we've gone from too liquidy to a little bit too hard, although a little mixing might fix some of that. Yeah, so that's very paste-like. It still flows though. That might be where I want it to be. Let me get all of it mixed in and make sure it's equally consistent there. So if you were filling a crack on a wall, that's nice. That will stick to things pretty well. On the floor, I could use a little bit more runniness, but it's not horrible. That might work, especially for the larger areas. I think I'm going to try filling in my big hole with this and see how well it goes down. And I can always add more water later for the narrow cracks. Because that's a nice, thick, hard to cut through consistency, but it still flows pretty well. And we have a lot of time and gravity helping us out. And if you look the top, you know, when you beat it, the top gets very watery there, so it can still smooth out pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with that consistency. I think that's a pretty good consistency. I think I have it mixed enough. I'm not finding any packets of graininess or anything. Alright, let's go try using it. Alright, so we're going to see how well it works in this big giant hole crack gap here. You know, that's 3/4 of an inch across. And it flows down into that pretty well. That's my biggest opening right here. So that's flowing in pretty nicely. Let me try it next door on just a narrow crack area like this and see if it has enough flow to get down into that crack. It's spreading out nicely. And I feel like it's going into the crack. It's hard to tell for sure, but it definitely is flowing out. So I kind of suspect it's going down into the crack there. Now, if you leave a pile of it somewhere, it's going to, you know, make that thing a solid blob. But I also want it to retain its shape well enough to move from the top level down to the bottom level. So you can see it's going down. It's actually going down into the crack and leveling. So that's pretty good like that. I think I'm going to put just a drop or two more of water in and do the rest of it that's not the super big thick area. Alright, so this may be just slightly too runny, but I'm going to fill in the cracks and let it run down into the crack, and we'll see where we're at. I can always mix up more or add a little bit more powder to make a thicker stuff to go over the top. Now the black mixing handle here, putty knife, kind of plastic putty knife, was included in the kit. The mixing bucket was not included in the kit. Also not included is this silicone little cup pourer, which I hope is going to make it very easy to direct stuff into the crack. So we'll give that a shot and see. So I've made this deliberately very slushy. possibly smoother and slushier than it should be, but it's easy to apply this way at least. I'm hoping gravity will help me get down into that crack pretty well. I'm going to come back with a brush and brush it in a little bit. You can see it's going down. There's holes in the top here where it's gone down and made holes in the top. But by hitting it with the brush, I believe I'm moving stuff around to fill in a decent amount of that. I'm also bringing some of the water to the surface. So I'm definitely going to probably be using the whole container for this crack I have going here, because I've used up a decent amount of it so far. And unless you want all your tools gunked up with concrete, you need to wash this stuff off before it starts to set pretty well. Also, you want to get concrete off your camera and tripod. Maybe I should have worn the gloves, although then I would just add concrete on the gloves. Alright, so we have almost all of the crack that I intended to fill filled. I didn't get all the way underneath that thing, but that's okay. A couple of places like here where you can see we're a little light on the concrete, there's a gap. And like right there. But we also have extra concrete kind of bulging out here and there, so I think we can pick that up and move it around. So at this point, I'm basically just trying to shape this stuff, make sure we don't have any high points, pick up any extra that we don't need, and move it to where we do need it. And it's kind of like putting down drywall mud at this point, sort of. Except if you smooth it while it's not wet enough, it'll keep that horrible, horrible texture. But I'm hoping I can still work this pretty well. So I'm picking up concrete from the high points where we don't need it. I'm going to drop it in areas where we need more. I hope I'm done with that. And now I'm just kind of wet brushing it smooth. And I'm knocking little pieces of concrete off. That's probably okay. They'll dry and most of them won't stick to the floor. Mostly. So if I have any areas that are low, I'm kind of pushing it up towards the high areas. Gravity will work against me on that, but hopefully it will. Got some concrete on my extension cord. And we don't want to leave any rough areas like that, where I had the plastic spatula putty knife and I was scraping. We don't want to leave any blobs. So I'm trying to also smooth. This is the last concrete I put down, so it was a little bit drier, and so I'm kind of smoothing into the bottom and the top there. And if a little bit of fiberglass fibers get stuck in there from my garage, stronger concrete, right? All right, and at some point you have to say good enough and just let it cure. I'm pretty happy it's not like sticking up too high anywhere. It's not spread out super far. Obviously there's going to be discolorations here and there. We'll see how it looks when it's done drying. But shape-wise it's pretty good. I can roll things over pretty well. I didn't quite go the last 6 inches there, but I decided instead of mixing anything up to quit while I was ahead. And we'll see how this works out here, and then I can use the rest of the container later. guy started the net weight of 1.36 kilograms down to 0.7 kilograms, so I used a little bit more than half because we're counting the bottle as part of the weight there. All right, so this guy's been curing for an hour. I don't have too much other than maybe right there, like super smooth top, so I think I don't need to brush it anymore. I'd brushed it one time an hour ago. Seems to be curing up. You can see, you know, areas here where it's drying on the way in, but those big areas I suspect are going to take a day or maybe more. I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm sure an 8-hour time lapse of watching cement cure is just as interesting as watching paint dry. But this is what it looks like 22 hours in. So it is significantly lighter than my existing concrete. They said it was yellow sand and it looks almost whitish. I mean, it's kind of a gray, but compared to my other concrete, it looks very, very light. Very hard to the touch. It has a little bit of bigger pieces within it that I hadn't really noticed while I was mixing and moving it around, but it's not just like tiny little pieces of sand. There's some bigger pieces. It's not aggregate or anything, but it's, you know, it's a decent mixture. Feels very nice. There's a couple of little pieces that roll off the top, and like, you know, pieces where concrete rolled off when I was brushing it or something are kind of on the floor, so I need to vacuum. But it looks like it did a pretty good job. There's a couple of places where, you know, gravity pulled it down a little bit, so it's not quite as smooth here. I could have probably moved it up a little more if I was watching it for a long time as it was curing, but I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it's much better than the crack that was there. So it's obviously visible that you've repaired a crack here, but I think that's going to be pretty obvious even if the color was matching. Now, I didn't mix up enough, and I have this giant thing in the way, so I didn't do the whole crack, but I think there's enough in the bottle. If I'd mixed it all, I could have gotten to that end there. So, pre-mixed concrete grout type material, comes with a couple of tools, you know, gets the job done. If you're going to do a lot of this, you probably want to buy a larger amount, but it comes with the tools, so it's one nice little kit if you just need a little patch. Price-wise, I suspect buying a 5-pound bag of something like this at the hardware store would be cheaper than buying this guy with the tools, but I don't know. I haven't priced this stuff out at the hardware store.